welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bree. I go by Knots by Bree on all of my social media. In today's video, we're going to be seeing if I, as a beginner, can crochet the viral mushroom guy pattern. So before we get right into it, I do want to say that currently this pattern is not for sale because the seller, I think her name is Critter Stitch, I'll have it here on the screen, is going through a dispute with Etsy because someone stole her pattern and reposted it as their own and then reported her as if she stole it. If you do see this pattern for sale and it's not by the original creator, which is Critter Stitch, I encourage you to report it and to not purchase it. I do know that this creator works really hard on all of her patterns. For her pattern to be stolen really does suck. Now, I purchased this pattern like last week, kind of like maybe 3 or 4 days before it got shut down. So I was really lucky to be able to crochet this. If you're not familiar, this pattern went viral on Reddit because someone thought they were making a tiny mushroom and ended up making a toddler-sized mushroom, which I will say this thing is massive when you see it at the end of the video. She named hers Pit because she said it was a money pit. And I think that for her, she was purchasing her yarn off Amazon and had to like keep repurchasing it. But since I knew that the pattern was gonna call for a ton of yarn, I was able to just buy Bernat Blanket and budget that out. So I wouldn't call it a money pit in the yarn area, but I would say this thing takes so much stuffing. Like, what's going on? It is stuffed, but if I had more stuffing, I probably would have stuffed it more just because it would have looked like the body probably would have looked a little bit more chunky. I kind of have a skinny mushy boy. I don't know. You guys will see at the end of the video what I was able to do with this, and I will let you know now, like, it did not go perfectly. As a beginner, I'm constantly still learning. You will see aspects of that in here. I also wanted to make some clothes for my mushy guy, and I was able to do that. I freehanded a messenger bag and a pair of overalls for it. I'm not going to show it with the overalls just because I didn't end up liking the way they looked on my mushroom guy, but they did come out to fit. I'll show a clip for sure of them, like of him in it. So they do fit. It's just, I don't like the way it looks. I like how he looks better just kind of plain. But the messenger bag was really cute, so he will have that on. I'm gonna just stop talking. We're gonna hop right in. I do think that this video is gonna be fairly short because we're just like crocheting this up. It didn't really take me as long as I thought. The hat took the longest, and I'm not even gonna get into the drama with the hat. We'll talk about it at the end. All right, so without further ado, let's just hop right into this week's video. All right, guys, if my shirt situation looks familiar, it's because I just got done shooting my intro and outro for my last video, but because I realized in this video that I did not have enough time to finish, I didn't finish the roses, I'm going to immediately be starting on my mushy boy because I cannot not finish him or not be able to bring to life the clothes that I have planned for him. I just love seeing my dino in the back of the videos. It's just so cute. Okay, so let me go grab the yarn and I'll show you guys what's happening in my brain, okay? You're gonna see me bend down to grab the yarn. So here we have our body color. I did not want white. I know a lot of people do white, but after doing white with Anchor the Octopus, I realized that I'm not a fan. So I did, what is this, vanilla? What color are you? Vintage white, not vanilla. It looks like vanilla though, right? Okay. Maybe I should be like a yarn color name. No, I'm just kidding. Vintage white. I've got 2 of those because I think I watched like 2 people crochet this guy, and I think it takes 2 of these. Almost. It takes like 1 plus a little bit more. So 2. Who did I watch crochet this? Because I want to give props where it's due. Celestial Homebody was number 1. And thanks to her, I am aware that the hat sometimes comes out too big. So I will be sizing down my hook for that. And that hat in question, it's gonna be light blue. Okay, this was the hardest choice of my life. I literally couldn't choose a color, so I just told my daughter to choose. Because that, like the thing with the octopus, like, do you guys remember how like pissy, is that a bad word? Am I allowed to say that? How upset I got about the octopus like color situation, and you guys know I'm a quitter. I will try to quit a project because I don't like the color that it's in. Well, I was between light blue and like a really nice like emerald green color, like, which is more my vibe. Like, I would have loved an emerald green color, but My daughter said light blue, so we're going light blue. And I did really like light blue. Like, the color is great. That's not the problem. And then he does have some accents, so they're going to be in this color called almond. I know a lot of people like sand, and they had sand, but because everything is so light and neutral, I wanted to kind of stick with the lighter color. So this is our mushy boy. For the clothes, I haven't decided yet what I want to do. And if I say mushy boy or I call it a him, it's only because that's what it is. Like what it went viral for was being like a little tall, toddler-sized mushroom boy, whatever. But I think I'm going to make a dress for it. So I'm not really sold on it being a boy because I want to practice making a dress. But I'm going to make a dress, and I'm going to make overalls, and I'm going to make those in posh yarn. So like they're not as chunky as the actual mushroom. And then I'm going to make a messenger bag, and I'm going to make that in acrylic yarn. So I'm excited to get started. I'm going to not be starting right now. I have to actually go feed my daughter lunch. But after that, I think I'm gonna start. Comment down below, do you guys like montages? Like, do you want me to sit here and crochet and record and like put you guys in a montage with music over the top? I don't really enjoy doing that because I feel like they just take up space in the video. I would much rather crochet a little bit, come back, show you what I did, chat about what I like, what I don't like thus far, and then keep going. So let me know what you guys prefer down in the comments. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I have a few more decrease rounds to go, but here's what it's looking like so far. I do wish I had used a 6mm hook, but the 6.5 is gonna have to do because that's what I started with. But I consider myself to have tight tension, and it just looks fairly loose to me. And it is pointy at the top, but normally I would go back and redo it. But because it's gonna have that little hat on, I don't care. What I am about to do is see if I can paint some safety eyes that I have with some supplies that I have, because I used to do my own nails, and I think I can use that to make safety eyes. I saw someone do it. So I'm gonna give it a try just to give it a little razzle dazzle. This took me about 2 hours. Excuse the mess that is my desk, and you might hear people talking in the background, but that's what happens when you got a big family. So I've never done this before, but I have these 2 blues here that I'm gonna try. See which one looks better. And I have this cute little blue glitter that I just happened to find in my closet. It took me so long because I could not find a cord for my thing. And then I have these 35mm eyes. These things are massive. What do 2 colors look like that I have? And this is my first choice, I think. Okay. That was a lot. It's not really giving glitter. So for sure, no, I don't like this. I'm just gonna paint them blue. We're going to go in with a base, no clue if it needs it, but we're doing it. This is the blue yarn. It definitely would go with the light blue polish better if I wanted to match it, or if I wanted them to kind of pop, I could do the darker blue. I guess my biggest worry with the light blue is that we won't be able to see it. So we'll see. And that thing is tripping. So hopefully it'll last this whole time I need. But I had to find a random cord for it. So we'll see. I'm going in with a darker one because I do have other eyes. So if, you know, I hate this color, I can make another one. Okay. So first impression is when doing it like this, you gotta do it super thin. I wanted to originally put silver foil, but the foil that I had, I don't have anymore. And I'll just clean it up. I'm gonna cure it, do a couple more layers, and then I'll come back. Here's what it looks like with just the 1 layer. Because my light is being so finicky, I'm like really nervous to do the second eye in this color to see if I like it. Because what if I can't finish or something happens to the light and it stops working? But like, I'm really curious to see. We'll see. Okay, so here's what we have so far. I mean, it is definitely solid blue, so I don't need another layer. I'm gonna go for capping it. I could do 1 more. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do 1 more just to be safe, and then I'll cap it off. Okay, guys, this one cured. I'm gonna remove the cap. And honestly, like, I don't know if you can tell, it looks really good actually, like solidly blue. Um, Obviously I didn't put any glitter or anything in it, so there is something in the eye that I can see. Like, it looks like a spot right here, but from a distance you can't really see it. So yeah, it's fully cured. Thank the heavens, because my light is tripping. But I can't wait to show you guys in better light. I'm going to finish it out. This one is the lighter blue, so I'll show you that, and then we'll decide what color we want to fully do the eyes. Oh my god, you can see me in the reflection. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so here is the light blue. It's not as clean because I messed up on the base level. I didn't realize I had painted it, and then I was touching all over it and like, why is it so sticky? And it was because I had put the foundation on. So here's the difference in color. It's very, very slight. I think I'm gonna go, my phone doesn't know where to focus. I think I want to go with the darker just because you can actually see it more. And since he is so opaque, like not opaque, since he is so neutral in color, these would look good, but I think they would just wash out with the rest of him. So I think I'm going to go for these ones. I'm just going to make one more pair of this one, and that's it. Thanks for watching me paint my first pair of safety eyes. Which ones would you have chosen? So I brought them outside really quick just so you could see like the color. They're blue. For it being my first time, I think they came out really good. So this is what you can do with gel nail polish. I definitely enjoyed the process and would not mind investing in like the materials to make them with paints and glitter and resin. When I priced it out for everything that I wanted, it was around like $500. So I don't know, maybe I'll invest and see what I can create. But all right, those are the eyes. After like 3 hours of trying to get these eyes in, one went in, one is hot glued on. And it's dirty because I try to use dirty pliers to put it on here. There's nothing I can do to get this on. So, and I can't get this one off. So, they're all scratched up now because I tried using pliers. I'm going to see, I guess, if there's a tutorial where I can try and like sink it in so it could at least try to match. I don't know. Oh, that dirty spot is just driving me crazy. And it's so gappy because I've been pulling on it like crazy trying to get these in. Yeah. Frustrated, doesn't even begin to cover it. So I'm taking a break. I have to edit tonight. I don't have time to do any more of this. I probably could have been done with so much more, but they wouldn't go on. YOLO, I frogged the whole thing, and I'm gonna go in with a size 6 hook because it's gonna be better. It had way too much gapping anyway. The eye that I painted is literally still connected to the back. I just frogged around it. And then the parts that had glue, I just cut them off. So I definitely have like more smaller sections. Not actually as small as I thought, but it'll be fine. So I'm going to go in with a size 6 hook and redo it. And I'm going to embroider the eyes, okay? We're going to embroider the eyes because forget about that. That was just... my fingers hurt so bad, and I'm done. My daughter wants to watch a movie. We're going to go watch Avatar 2, and I'm going to do some editing while we watch. And yeah, that's going to be what it is because I am so ticked off. Nothing I could do about it. It had to be done. There was no way I could have one eye sunk in and then one eye just kind of like floating. Absolutely not. I sized down my hook to 0.5. Look how massive this thing is. I put this on my head and my head fell through. I don't think my mushy boy is going to be able to fit this. Y'all know what this mountain of freaking yarn means. I got like 5 rows up and then finally realized there was way too much. And I was like, what did I do? Well, I did a single and an increase instead of 6 singles and an increase on the second row. So I had like almost 200 stitches. I don't know, guys. I'm so mad at myself. My phone's on flash. It's never done that before. So I went back and finished the row. I checked all my counts and now I'm going to sleep because it's like 12 something and I am exhausted. I'm off tomorrow, so that's why I didn't mind staying up a little bit late to fix it. I did the beanie trick where you cinch it in and then I tested it and this part did fit his head. I haven't tied it because I want to wait until I finish the top to size up the bottom. So the next couple rows are just like round and round and then you start to decrease it down, which is good because this thing is huge. And like, look, this is the head. And that's how like far off the head it sticks. But I mean, I'm following the pattern perfectly. I know other people have had this problem, which I sized my hook down all the way to a 5, whereas the body is a 6. But it's honestly didn't help. I mean, so at this point, and honestly, probably much before this, the hat was just too big. The bottom part I was able to cinch in and it works fine, but this has just gotten like out of control. With how big this just is. Almost used a full skein of yarn, and I went to try it on the head and it just looks stupid. I'm gonna go back 5 rows, and what I'm gonna do is just start decreasing. I don't mind if it doesn't have that like mushroom shape top. I'm just gonna start decreasing much faster. Look at how little, so I did the 10 to the decrease, and look at how little yarn I have left to sew this up. Like that's all that's left. This thing is still massive, but it's as good as it's gonna get. Here's the first glimpse at the body. I will say it's all good or whatever. I had no issues doing it. I forgot to stuff as I was going, so I got up to the tippity top, like right here. Just imagine you're trying to stick your hand in like just this portion here. It was super tight to get all the way down into the leg, so I would recommend stuffing as you go if you're making this pattern. I can see I had some tension changes along the way, and I think it was because I just had to stop and start, you know, like for dinner and like all the things. I will catch you guys later. Oh, how long this took? All day. So actually, I would say that's not true. The hat thing that I had to redo multiple times is what really like took up the bulk of the time. This thing just took a few hours. It honestly wasn't too bad. For the body, for the messenger bag, I'm gonna use this like tan color, keeping with the theme. And I did find some cute things on Pinterest that are super tiny. I could have drawn my own, I think, but I don't got time for that. So I of course like the little mushroom, but it's giving like super obvious. This one is cute, but I don't know if I want to go into this much detail. I like this. I love the butterfly, but I don't know if it's too girly. So I think I'm gonna go with the mushroom and maybe the clover. Okay, hopefully you can see the vision. I haven't put his arms on or anything. I didn't weave the ends on the bag in or add any of like the decorations, but that's his little messenger bag so far. I think it's gonna be so cute. I'm really thinking about it, and I would bless you girl. I think that I'm gonna make him a bucket hat. Okay, hear me out. So this hat is just way too big. Like, look at the head. Look at the head, and then look at the hat. Okay, it's just too big. But I know I can make a bucket hat. I've made multiple in the past. And can you guys imagine like a cute bucket hat, like a cute mushroom bucket hat? I don't know if I'll do the ruffle under, just because this already has a ruffle and it might look too much. But what I'm gonna do is crochet the hat up first, and then if I want, I can add the ruffle piece under the bottom to just see what it'll look like. That's what I'm gonna do for him. I'm very sad I wasted all of that yarn, but in the long run, I do think that the bucket hat is just gonna look better. What I really want to say is not that I wasted the yarn, but I wasted the time. This thing took so long. I made this while watching Gladiator 2, and if you've seen that movie, it's like 2.5 hours, and I didn't even finish it in the whole movie. So yeah, there's that. I don't know if it'll be light blue, because I don't think I have light blue. I'm not going to show you guys my closet because it is a freaking disaster, but I'm going to run over there and look. So for reference, I promised my daughter a Valentine's Day hat. So just to see what would fit on the mushroom, I went to make her hat. I use a size 6 hook, and this does fit, but I'm going to remake it in a size 4.5, I'm thinking, because it is pretty loose. I'm going to remake another one in the right color for him in a size 4.5 hook, so it'll be a little bit tighter. I don't know if I want to do, like the edge. I don't know if I want to do the ruffle edge for his hat, or a plain hat and then add the ruffle under, like I've seen in some of the videos where it looks like a bucket hat and then the ruffle is kind of like under it. I'll insert a picture here of what I'm talking about.
or if I just want to make another one of these. I don't know, but I really do love this hat. I'm going to put a heart applique on there for her. I think she's going to love it. It also really looks like an axolotl for some reason. And I'm thinking like, how cute would it be if I added like little like, you know how little axolotls have those, have those little things that come off. If I added those with squigglies around it, it would look just like a little axolotl hat. And I know she would love that too, but it's just not the vibe I was going for because I really wanted to make a Valentine's Day hat. Maybe in the future I can make an axolotl hat. I don't know, but I really do like the ruffles. That's where I'm at with figuring out his bucket hat. And I did choose the color green, but I'm slowly trying to go back to the blue. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Here's the hat I came up with. I need to create more of those little spots to add to the top, but tell me, why does it look like a state trooper hat? I wouldn't wish making this hat on my worst enemy that I don't have, because I don't have any enemies or even any people I don't like. Adding the ruffle edge under it was such a pain in my, so it was definitely not fun. I am going to add more spots. I just have to create them. These are just the leftover ones I had from the other hat. Yeah, do I love it? I don't know. Do I hate it? No. So here's his hat. I'm going to make the overalls in this color because it is literally the only color I'm willing to sacrifice. I have a skein of pink, purple, yellow, orange. I had like a dark blue, but I didn't think I had enough of it. So here's where I'm ending at. The gap in the middle happens when you connect two pieces. I just have to sew it together, but I wasn't worried about that since I've never written a pattern before. I was really just worried about making sure it fit. I actually think it's probably too big. Yeah, it's too big. So in the next round, like as you can see, like right here, I don't care enough to like go back and fix it. It's on the butt. I'm gonna just do some decreases back here, and we're gonna pray about it. I don't want to do any decreases on the side because his hips are just getting bigger as I go up. So I feel like it fits, if that makes sense. It fits his hips as I'm going up. And then this one, I think I'm gonna do one decrease, but no more because his belly does like come out. So this will kind of go with the belly in my mind. In reality, don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think I showed this, but I just went with a strawberry because I had a strawberry button. So I just did a little strawberry applique on there. It's not very like manly. All right, that's it. I'm going to bed. Here is an idea of where it's at. I did not expect these to be perfect. It is my first time freehanding anything, but they're coming out okay. It is a little puffy down here at the bottom, but that could just be, you know, style, whatever. I don't know. I should be able to finish this today, and I will record myself sewing him all together since I feel like I haven't gotten much footage of this situation. Let me know what you think, or if you've ever freehanded overalls or any clothing before. I'd love to know what you guys have done and how you did it. I'm about to move on to the straps, but I just wanted to show you guys what the overalls look like so far. I'm not sure what happened in this corner of my granny square, but whatever. I just need to add like the straps, but before I add the straps, I'm gonna sew the arms on. These are not perfect, you guys. Like, you can probably just tell by looking.
Long as you got your eyes, got your trippy on them private jets, taking trips. Come back at 6, wake me and your child, and then won't lay today. Make me wonder who you might have been playing with. Makes me wonder who you think you're playing with. I'm gonna tell myself to keep playing this record back over and over again. Swear that you changed, but I noticed the end. I want you on the scene. Think you know your words are so funny to me. That's why you think I left by one at a time. Got tired of your shit, you almost lost your mind. Long stay, call your name. You'll continue to try to play these games. Leave your family in the cold and rain, and I don't think you'll ever change your ways. Cause our house is not a home where no one's there. So alone, no one's there. Should I move on since no one's here? You know what you got is good, that's why you refuse to let me walk out to life. You refuse to match up with my vibe. You keep wasting my time. You keep wasting my time. You see, you almost lost your mind. Long stay all night.
All right, you guys, here is my Gigantosaurus. No, I'm just kidding. Here's my ginormous mushroom guy. I don't even know if he's gonna be in frame. Let me move my love dinosaur and then we'll see if he's in frame. I think he came out so cute and so much better than what I was expecting. I'm just gonna hold him right here with me. Hopefully my camera doesn't have a weird focus. I'm gonna hold him like a baby. He's like a baby. I'm silly. What was I about to say? So this thing did not take long to crochet. As you can see, he has on a different hat, and that is because the hat I originally made came out ginormous, and then I tried yesterday to like frog it back, and I got so frustrated. It like frustrated me to tears trying to frog that hat to see if I could remake it one last time, but I made this, I like this, and I'm sticking with it. Or that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Basically, the hat was way too big and I didn't even have stuffing to stuff it. Maybe if I had more stuffing, I could have stuffed it and it would have looked like intentionally big, but it just looks so big and so floppy. And then the way you sew on this head, it's supposed to be able to turn, but I didn't like that. It didn't have enough stability. So I did sew his head onto his body, but I left it pretty floppy because the original pattern is kind of a floppy head. I think I'm gonna go back and tighten it up because I don't like it floppy like this. And could you imagine if he had on the big hat? His head would constantly just be flopping back all the time. So this pattern, I definitely give it 4 stars. You guys know I love to do my 1-minute reviews and I will do it on this. I didn't give it 5 stars because I am not the only one that had issues with the hat. I've seen multiple people create this pattern and have issues with the hat just being too big. I think for a pattern to be 5 stars, that shouldn't be the case. It should work up relatively well, and multiple crocheters shouldn't be experiencing the same problem. If it was a me problem, I would for sure give this pattern 5 stars. But regardless of the stars, like, I think that you should try this pattern. If you've been on the fence and you're worried because you're a beginner, I don't think you should let that stop you. I think it's so fun to make and super quick in my opinion, minus the hat. But you could always just do like I did, and I just did a bucket hat with a ruffle, with like a ruffle edge. I mean, and I think it looks cute. Here's the messenger bag. I think it came out super cute. Again, I just freehanded it. I had so many options on what I could do with this bag, but in the end, I just happened to have a strawberry button, so I just put a strawberry. Like, we're keeping it simple. Sometimes I think I try to do too much, or I want something to be a certain way and I'm like, I over invest in the outcome and then I get frustrated because it doesn't come out how I want it. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but if you are, let me know. What else do I want to say about this? Oh, I said I would show you guys the overalls. He tends to fall because I haven't fully crocheted on his head, but eventually it will get better once I secure his head. So here are the overalls that I made. They do fit him. I did freehand these. And well, correction, I freehanded this. This was a tutorial. It was like it's supposed to be a sunflower. Does it look like a sunflower? Comment down below. Does it look like a sunflower? These are the overalls. They're fine. I just feel like they're too brown. But I didn't want to invest any of my other colors into making these because they did take a full skein of yarn just because he has a booty in the back and a belly in the front. I think that is why I don't necessarily like these overalls, but I did have fun freehanding it and just trying to get it to fit him. He doesn't have a name, so comment down below a name suggestion because I don't know what to name him. Comment your name suggestion down below, and if I like it, maybe that'll be his name because he definitely needs a name. Because he's huge. He's like his own person. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. Like, now that I have him, where's he gonna go? Like, I don't have a space for him, but I'll try to figure it out. Stay tuned for my next video. It's gonna be next Monday. I think I'm doing Valentine's Day wearables. I already crocheted the hat for that I promised my daughter, which you do see it in this video because I try it on Mushy Boy. That is part of the Valentine's Day wearables. I'm not gonna reshare that part of it just because you've already seen it. I'm going to be finishing my daughter's granny square sweater, and then I'm making this top for myself out of these like hearts, and then it's like with a weight to 1 yarn. So I've never worked with that weight of yarn before, so I'm a little bit nervous, but stay tuned for next week to see how that goes. And that's it for me. Don't forget to subscribe if you like crochet content. I make tapestries, plushies, wearables. Honestly, I don't discriminate. I make whatever I think is cute. And comment your name suggestions down below. All right, you guys, see you next time. Bye.